We are currently enrolling for the 2021-2022 school year, and chances are if you're looking at this video, you have a kindergartner that's getting ready to start school. I wanted to take a few minutes to introduce myself and our program so that if you are interested, you could call the office and schedule a tour. For kindergarten, we are a foundational year. We spend the entire year getting to know ourselves, our friends, and beginning the process of learning all of the things that are going to help us to become lifelong learners. We spend the bulk of our day doing math and language arts, with some science, social studies, art, Bible, and specialist classes thrown in. Behind me is the bulk of our math morning. We do everything in our day, starting right behind me.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, dancing. There are 7 days.
When they come in, they have some sort of engagement activity, and then as a campus, we do pledge to the flag, pledge to the Christian flag, pledge to the Bible, and a daily devotion done by our principal, Mr. Glass. Once we come back to our classroom, we work on the items behind us. We have our hundreds chart. Through that, we're getting a lot of number concepts, and that's a morning, every single day activity. As well, we have our calendar, which is teaching us the concepts of days of the week, months of the year, and the progression thereof. They also learn the cardinal numbers through that. Our math program is Saxon Math, so if you were interested in taking a look at what that is, you can Google that straight up and be able to look at their website. We do a lot of hands-on math in this class, getting them used to the manipulatives that they'll use in the future years of learning. After we have our math component in the morning, they get a break. All of us need a break at that point, and they head outside for recess. If you've ever been on our campus, we are at the end of a beautiful, quiet road through the forest, and we are surrounded by just amazing nature and beautiful trees. And when we go outside, basically you're going to hear the kids and you're going to hear the birds, and that's it. There is no street noise. There's no anything nearby except for us. After recess, we come back in, and I always like to refocus the students with what I call a brain break. We do a lot of mindfulness in kindergarten. We do a lot of discussion about interaction with one another. And so when we come back in from recess, we really refocus. We do breathing exercises. We do core exercises for our body just to help to bring us back to center. After that is the biggest bulk chunk of our learning, and that is our language arts. This year we adopted a new program which is called Into Reading. It is by Houghton Mifflin. And again, if you want to check that out, you can go ahead and do that. It is a plan for K through 6, so what they learn here in kindergarten is built upon in the years following. Adding an S to action words. If it's an action word, what do we call that? Verb. A verb, that's right. Jackson would be answering. It has some online components. It has some take-home readers. It also includes the handwriting and the phonics. So a lot of what we do is phonics-based to give them the tools to be able to start decoding. And we do have sight words that are weekly sight words. By this point of the year, I'm taping this video in February, we have some friends that are already emergent reading and are able to start decoding on their own. We repeat the process multiple times so that we can circle back around for the friends that need extra time. If your child comes in and they already have those foundational skills, I am able to differentiate and pull small groups and other students maybe that need some intervention as well. This year, because of COVID, we eat lunch in our classroom. Hopefully by next year, if the regulations change, that can change as well. But one thing that I have noticed this year, and this is my 17th year in the classroom, is our cold and flu season was almost non-existent this year. We wear masks all day long, and they've gotten used to it. They function within that system. We do have a few friends that wear the clear plastic shields, and that's also acceptable. Currently, we do daily temperature checks before anybody enters campus, staff included, and we have sanitizing stations, and we clean the tables multiple times during the day. The kids have taken ownership of a lot of those things, and it's one of those big parts of kindergarten is that self-responsibility. So I'm a mom, and I know that the processes that you do when they're young translate to those teenagers and young adults that live with you later on. So it's worth the time. But coming back to our classroom setup, the sanitizing and the cleaning have kept us all healthy. With us eating lunch in our classroom, that's an interesting thing. Usually they would be socializing and super loud in the gym. This year we're together, and we actually, I think, have better table manners because we're eating at our desks, and they know that any mess that they have to clean up. They do get another recess after that, and then when we come back, that's our Bible component. Bible is always right after lunch for us. Usually our lessons begin with some sort of song or a memory verse, and then because it's kindergarten, it's a lot of hands-on learning. If you can, and it's just me, so you can't, but over on the side, we have currently all of the decorated jackets. We just recently did Joseph and the Coat of Many Colors. So we do a lot of hands-on learning to tie the lessons with that. As an additional thing, on Wednesdays as a campus, we have a campus-wide chapel. So that's another place for them to get exposure to the Bible. Kindergarten curriculum for the state of Washington has us just going through the main stories. So we start at creation and we get as far as we can during the school year. And again, that stuff is all scaffolded. Our standards are on the website if you wanted to go to the school's website, and you can see the standard progression from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade. After that, our kindergarten, because we are an independent program, still values a rest. And so we take about a half hour to rest during our day. I have some friends that even this year, this far into the school year, fall asleep every day. Even if they don't fall asleep, they do rest, which kind of helps again to reset their body and reset their brain. After that, they're going to head outside for recess. And again, it's a beautiful place to be, and we have a really big yard for them, so they enjoy that time as well. After that, we still aren't done. We're still learning. In the afternoons, kindergarten has the access to specialist class. They have 2 days a week of music, 2 days a week of PE, as well as computer. We have a beautiful on-site computer lab, and we also have laptops for the classrooms. And then that program, again, progresses through the years, and when they get to 3rd grade, it transitions to what we call makerspace, and they do science, technology, engineering, and math with that. The very end of kindergarten is our end of day fun activities. We rotate that through depending on the curriculum and the time of year, and that is when we're going to do our science, we're going to do our social studies, we'll do any extra art. They do have access to a rotating art teacher this year who is doing color theory with them and famous artists. So there's a lot that goes into their day, but I like to always end that day on something fun, something hands-on. We're currently doing an animal study. We just finished with hibernation, and now we're talking about migration. And so I like to give them a lot of those science words, even though they may not understand them fully, because it'll go into their brain and they'll hear it and they'll remember it later on in the curriculum. Having been in school for a long time as a teacher, the way that the yearly instructional is set up is they revisit concepts and they revisit topics. So right now when we're talking about animals, they're going to see animals again in 2nd grade, and they'll deep dive with those. I love science. In my life previous as an educator, I ran a hands-on science lab for 6 years. So chances are, if your kindergartner ends up with me, there will be days that they come home a little messy, talking about chemical reactions and different things that we've done in class. When we get through a year's worth of curriculum, they are empowered as learners. If you were to come through for a tour, you would hear kids in this class being able to tell you what they're learning about. They would be able to tell you the learning standards that they're working toward. And they would also probably tell you that we're an I can class. Because even if they can't do it today, the goal is to be able to do it tomorrow. So anytime that they come across frustrations or upset, we always remind each other, and they remind me too, that it's an I can class and we can do it together. So I hope that this has given you some information about our school and our program. If you have any further questions, you can always shoot an email to my email address, michelle.bell@rainierchristian.org, or you can get a call to the office to set up a tour. I hope to meet your child soon, and until then, take care and God bless.
All right, Kinder Kids, good job on your math today. Take 2 fingers and kiss your brain. Guess what? It's